There is a bit of pressure, but also there's so much that's gone before that worked, and it's great to look back at some past productions to take ideas and then see what we can do with it.
Sam Heughan has left the Outlander fandom buzzing with excitement after dropping a piece of news no one saw coming. The beloved actor who has embodied Jamie Fraser for nearly a decade surprised fans with a massive announcement that immediately sent shockwaves across social media platforms. While viewers have grown used to twists and turns within the series itself, few were prepared for the real-life reveal that Heughan shared. According to his statement, the world of Outlander is about to expand in a way fans never anticipated. Heughan revealed that new projects connected to the franchise are officially in development, hinting at storylines and possibilities that go far beyond the main series. It's something we've been keeping under wraps for a while, he admitted, sparking a flood of speculation among loyal viewers. Some believe this could point to a highly anticipated spin-off, while others suspect brand new chapters of Jamie and Claire's story may be told in a different format. Fans immediately flooded comment sections with disbelief and joy, with many declaring they had goosebumps at the thought of what's to come. Even longtime cast members responded to Heughan's reveal, with some teasing that they had known something big was coming, but were sworn to secrecy. For years, Outlander has captivated audiences with its sweeping romance, time-traveling intrigue, and unforgettable characters. And now, Heughan's announcement promises to breathe fresh energy into the saga. The actor himself assured fans that this is only the beginning, a phrase that has fueled even more theories about what the future holds. As speculation runs rampant, one thing is certain. Sam Heughan's bombshell has reignited global excitement for Outlander. Whether it's a new spin-off, a continuation of Jamie's journey, or a completely unexpected twist, fans can't wait to see how this next chapter unfolds. You know him as the dashing Jamie Fraser on Outlander, but now Sam Heughan is swapping scripts for spirits. That's right, he's moving from in front of the camera to behind the bar. And trust me, this new role might surprise you. The Scottish actor, best known for his role as the dashing Jamie Fraser on Star's Outlander, showcases his love of storytelling and entertaining with drinks that balance heritage and modern tastes in his new spirits guide, The Cocktail Diaries. The Star fills the pages with drink recipes that balance heritage and modern tastes, from the Manhattan and Gimlet to his green apple martinis and stories of the pivotal cocktails he's had in his life. This isn't Heughan's first entry into the world of liquor, however. The actor introduced the world to his now award-winning Sassenach Spirits line in 2021 with a blended Scotch whiskey. Since then, he's released gin, a limited edition tequila, and is soon launching his own vodka. Heughan's Green Apple Teenies, which are featured in People's 35 Food Faves of 2025, blend his ventures in the alcohol world and acting stardom. I made this for a party I gave at my house in Scotland to celebrate the end of Outlander, he tells People for this week's issue, recalling how he wanted to create something from his garden for his extended family, how he refers to the cast and crew of the series, which has run for 11 years. I have this apple tree in my garden that has lots of these crab apples, which are extremely sour, so not great to eat, but I wanted to use them, Heughan explains of the crowd-pleaser 4-ingredient drink made by steeping apple slices in equal parts vodka and gin. To make infused gin vodka, stir together gin and vodka with sliced apples in a large container. Refrigerate, covered, and let infuse for 2 to 3 days. Strain infused gin vodka into a 6-cup container with a lid. Use immediately or refrigerate until ready to use. To make an individual cocktail, place a coupe glass in refrigerator until chilled. Fill a mixing glass with ice. Add a 1/4 cup of infused gin vodka and 2 tablespoons vermouth. Stir with a bar spoon until thoroughly chilled, about 15 seconds. Strain into chilled coupe glass. Garnish with 2 to 3 thin apple slices. In a turn that underscores both his creative ambition and entrepreneurial spirit, Outlander star Sam Heughan is expanding his public life from acting on screen to shaping experiences off it, namely through cocktails, spirits, books, and hosting. His newest venture, The Cocktail Diaries, reveals an unexpected but deeply personal shift. Heughan is stepping behind the bar, not just in promotional events, but in practice, curating drinks, sharing recipes, and crafting stories infused with flavor, place, and memory. From Jamie Fraser to mixologist, Sam Heughan, best known for his portrayal of Jamie Fraser in Star's Outlander, has long been admired for a commanding presence, both physical and emotional. Over 8 seasons and more than 100 episodes, he personified a rugged Highland warrior and romantic lead with both strength and sensitivity. But as Outlander approaches its final season, season 8 is set to premiere in early 2026, Heughan has made clear that he sees the end of the show not as a finish line, but as a gateway to new stories. Among these is The Cocktail Diaries, a spirited adventure, published September 23rd, 2025. This book is more than a collection of recipes. It is a narrative about the drinks that have marked moments in his life. It's a move that resonates with fans familiar with his previous ventures. In 2021, Heughan launched Sassenach Spirits, a company that produces Scottish whiskey, gin, and other spirits. The name itself, drawn from the term used for Outlander's protagonist, reflects his fusion of personal identity and creative output. The Cocktail Diaries: intimate, inventive, Scottish-rooted. What does it mean for an actor to move from being in front of the camera to behind the bar? In The Cocktail Diaries, Heughan shows that the transition is less about abandoning his prior roles and more about expanding his canvas. The book includes recipes for classic cocktails, Manhattans, gimlets, but also ones deeply tied to personal stories. One highlighted recipe is the green apple teeny, inspired by crab apples growing in his garden in Scotland. Heughan says that recipe was born out of wanting to use something from his garden for a wrap party marking the end of Outlander. He combined gin and vodka infused with apple slices, mixed with vermouth, garnished with thinly sliced apples, creating both a signature drink and a ritual of closure. His approach in the book is not just to provide instructions, but to track the origins of flavors, smells, seasons, the memories connected to them. The drinks become stories: the wrap party, the Scottish garden, the extended family of cast and crew, and the influence of place, particularly Scotland, on his taste and identity. This is part travelogue, part memoir, part how-to manual. Heughan's behind-bar ventures are not merely hobbies. His Sassenach Spirits has already released a blended Scotch whiskey. Since then, he's also added gin, limited edition tequila, and is soon launching his own vodka. Heughan's Green Apple Teenies, which are featured in People's 35 Food Faves of 2025, blend his ventures in the alcohol world and acting stardom. On April 25th, 2025, during the Edinburgh Bar Show, he got behind a bar, mixing cocktails, engaging with bartenders, enjoying drinks. Videos shared to Instagram captured him mixing drinks alongside working bartenders at the Wildcat in Edinburgh. Heughan, in captions, expressed admiration for how far the city's bar scene has come in innovation and quality. As a teenager, he remembers going to certain bars where cocktails were not the focus. Now, he says, Edinburgh has some of the most inventive cocktail bars and talented bartenders in the world. At the wrap party for Outlander, he served a cocktail from his garden. The personal and symbolic collided, the end of a long professional chapter, but the celebration reflected in a drink made from something he grew himself. The actor is entrepreneur and storyteller. Heughan's journey behind the bar is not solely about spirits. It's about storytelling, identity, and transforming performance into experience. From the stage and screen, the tools of an actor, presence, narrative, timing, translates surprisingly well to the bar. A cocktail can be a performance. The gathering of ingredients, the infusion, the technique, the pour, the garnish, the glass, even the company, all are parts of a ritual. Heughan seems to be embracing that ritual. He's not abandoning acting, he's adding layers to his public identity. Author, entrepreneur, bartender of sorts, curator of taste. Indeed, even as Outlander winds down, Heughan is not stepping away from creative work. He is starring on stage in Macbeth with the Royal Shakespeare Company, a return to theater roots. Simultaneously, he is promoting the Cocktail Diaries. He seems to be building parallel lives, performer and purveyor. Why this matters? For him, for fans, for the business of celebrity. Heughan's shift behind the bar reflects broader trends in celebrity culture. Many stars today seek not just visibility, but ownership of brands, of products, of narrative control. The shift from being a face on camera to being a creator of experience, of product, is part of that. But Heughan's example is distinctive because his ventures feel rooted rather than opportunistic. For fans, this gives new access. Instead of simply watching him act, they can taste something he has tasted, share in rituals tied to his memories, even recreate events in their own homes. It reinforces fandom in a tangible way. For the spirits market, the celebrity endorsement model is well known, but successful entries often fail when the product is just a name plastered on packaging. What appears to be working here is that Heughan is involved in the craft, the story, the source. His offerings are not disjointed from his identity: Scotland, nature, heritage, theater, friendship, seasons. That coherence can help distinguish his brand in a crowded field. Challenges and opportunities. Of course, moving from actor to cocktail maker and spirits entrepreneur comes with some structural challenges. Authenticity versus commercialism. Consumers are increasingly savvy. If a spirits line or cocktail book feels too formulaic or branded only for profit, it risks backlash. To maintain credibility, especially in the world of cocktails, Heughan must ensure continued attention to quality, sourcing, and craft. Regulation, distribution, cost. Alcohol production, licensing, and distribution are complicated, especially when blending higher proof spirits, botanicals, and exporting. Costs, quality control, regulatory compliance all require resources and expertise. Heughan has ongoing responsibilities as actor, producer, now author, entrepreneur. Scaling a spirits business while acting in theater or film, promoting books, and engaging fans is logistically demanding. Time, energy, and focus must be allocated carefully. The spirits industry, especially celebrity spirits, is crowded. From celebrities launching tequila to actors creating wine lines, the market has many entrants. Success depends on differentiation, both in product and in story. Yet the opportunities are significant. A growing global appetite for craft cocktails, for authentic origin stories, for spirits with narrative. The chance to build a long-term business beyond acting, spirits brands, books, events. The ability to pivot into hospitality, collaborations, tastings, experiences tied to travel and culture, whiskey tours, distillery visits, cocktail events. To illustrate how Heughan is already living this behind-the-bar life, here are a few recent moments. The Edinburgh Bar Show. Heughan visited the Wildcat in Edinburgh, got behind a bar top, mixing cocktails with professionals, engaging with changing cocktail culture in a city he's long been familiar with. The Garden Apple Teeny at his wrap party, a moment of convergence between his personal garden, his show's ending, and his creative expression in drink. That cocktail becomes a symbol. Public tastings and events. In the Hamptons, Heughan personally poured Sassenach Wild Scottish Gin, explained the choice of botanicals tied to Scotland, sharing both product and story with attendees. Authorial voice. In the Cocktail Diaries, Heughan is not hiding behind a celebrity facade. He is narrating, reflecting, offering insight, and being vulnerable about what flavors mean to him. It's not simply a book with photos, it's a memoir in part. Looking ahead, there are a few trajectories Heughan may pursue based on what has been made public. New spirit offerings. With gin, whiskey, tequila, and pending vodka already in the works under Sassenach Spirits, the expansion seems likely to continue. Perhaps limited edition bottlings, region-specific releases, collaborations with other distillers or bars. Events and experiences. Cocktail masterclasses, pop-ups, tastings, perhaps leveraging his fan base and tie-ins with Outlander or Scotland-based tourism. There's potential for drink and story evenings that blend performance and tasting. Media tie-ins, more books, maybe even a show or special around cocktails, travel, roots. Heughan has experience in television and stage. The intersection with food and drink media is natural. Hospitality ventures, possibly bars, cocktail lounges, or partnering with existing venues. If he has ideas about design, atmosphere, experience, he might move even more behind the scenes physically. Creative integration with acting. Perhaps cocktails and spirits will show up in his future roles, or he'll develop roles that integrate his passions, off-screen. A broader reflection. Identity, creativity, reinvention. Sam Heughan's transition from being in front of the camera to behind the bar is in many ways an example of a reinvention. It illustrates how public figures in 2025 are not just performers, but multifaceted creators. Acting will always be part of Heughan's identity, but so will Scotland, flavors, stories, gathering spaces, memories. In moving behind the bar, he is bringing people closer, inviting them to share in the taste of his life, not just watching him active. There's also something deeply human about this shift. The camera is often about projection, image, performance. The bar is tactile, smell, taste, touch, ritual. It requires patience, craftsmanship, generosity. It opens up vulnerability. You taste what you make. People respond immediately. There's less separation between you and your audience. Sam Heughan's journey, from star of Outlander to spirits author and mixologist, is not a detour, but an evolution. The camera may still be there, but now he is adding new lenses, those of a distiller, bartender, writer, and curator. The Cocktail Diaries is his declaration that flavors can carry stories, that place and memory matter, and that the end of one chapter can be the beginning of another, with a drink in hand. This move puts Heughan in a growing class of artists who seek not only to embody stories, but to shape the environments in which stories are told: kitchens, bars, bookshelves, distilleries. And for many Heughan fans, there's something comforting in that. To know that the same man who has brought Jamie Fraser to life will now share tastes, rituals, and perhaps a greener appletini from his garden. In the end, moving behind the bar is more than a business decision. It is a creative one. For Sam Heughan, the cocktail, like the roll, is another form of storytelling. One reason Heughan's Spirits venture feels different from some other celebrity alcohol brands is his personal involvement. Many actors simply license their name to a product created by an established distillery. By contrast, Heughan is active in recipe development, brand direction, and marketing. He's also careful to root the drinks in place. His whiskey highlights Highland and Lowland notes. His gin emphasizes botanicals from Scottish landscapes. Even the design of the bottles draws on Celtic art. This grounding in authenticity is crucial, especially at a time when consumers are demanding transparency and story from what they drink. The ritual of performance meets the ritual of drinking. Acting is about rhythm, timing, and emotion. So too is bartending. Heughan has noted that when you shake or stir a drink, there is a rhythm not unlike stagecraft. Both require presence and generosity. The bartender, like the actor, must hold the attention of a room. This is part of why the move makes sense. Heughan is not abandoning performance, he's performing in a new medium, one where the audience is not just watching, but tasting. Of course, moving from actor to cocktail maker and spirits entrepreneur comes with challenges. The celebrity spirits market is crowded, with actors, musicians, and athletes all launching products. Standing out requires quality, narrative, and persistence. Time management. Heughan must balance acting, theater, promotion, writing, and business oversight. Each of these could be a full-time career on its own. Scaling. As demand grows, keeping quality consistent across international markets will test the business. Yet his built-in global fan base, coupled with genuine enthusiasm for craft, gives him advantages many competitors lack. Beyond the planned vodka release, there is speculation about experiences, pop-up bars, cocktail masterclasses, maybe even a permanent venue in Edinburgh or London. A Sassenach bar could blend theater, storytelling, and mixology, a natural extension of his talents. There's also the possibility of a television or streaming series that ties together travel, cocktails, and Scottish heritage. With his charisma, Heughan could easily step into the world of food and travel programming. And of course, acting remains part of his path. With Outlander ending, he has the freedom to take on film roles, stage productions, and perhaps even projects where his passion for spirits intersects with storytelling. Identity, creativity, reinvention. Sam Heughan's transition from being in front of the camera to behind the bar is in many ways an example of reinvention. It illustrates how public figures in 2025 are not just performers, but multifaceted creators. Acting will always be part of Heughan's identity, but so will Scotland, flavors, stories, gathering spaces, memories. In moving behind the bar, he is bringing people closer, inviting them to share in the taste of his life, not just watching him act it. There's also something deeply human about this shift. The camera is often about projection, image, performance. The bar is tactile, smell, taste, touch, ritual. It requires patience, craftsmanship, generosity. It opens up vulnerability. You taste what you make, people respond immediately. There's less separation between you and your audience. Sam Heughan's journey from star of Outlander to spirits author and mixologist is not a detour, but an evolution. The camera may still be there, but now he is adding new lenses, those of a distiller, bartender, writer, and curator. The Cocktail Diaries is his declaration that flavors can carry stories, that place and memory matter, and that the end of one chapter can be the beginning of another with a drink in hand. This move puts Heughan in a growing class of artists who seek not only to embody stories, but to shape the environments in which stories are told. Kitchens, bars, bookshelves, distilleries. And for Heughan's many fans, there's something comforting in that. To know that the same man who has brought Jamie Fraser to life will now share tastes, rituals, and perhaps a greener appletini from his garden. In the end, moving behind the bar is more than a business decision, it is a creative one. For Sam Heughan, the cocktail, like the role, is another form of storytelling.